Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Dragoon. My name's Cody, and in the last exciting episode we made our way to Kashua Glacier, which is this place. You can tell it's a glacier by the way everything's made of ice, and there's also a bit of ice physics here, a bit of Luigi physics, where they don't stop directly after you stop moving. So I just got the Heat Blade, which is really interesting because you can see the weapon here does 34 damage. This one does 18, so you'd think that's very strange. Why would you do that? And the answer is because this does 88 damage. This does 104, but the bonus from a fire type move attacking the water types that are all over this area is something like either 50% or 100% increase. So it's actually for non. See the sparkling? Sparkling means that it is a super effective move. So for this section specifically, this Heat Blade will actually be a bit of an upgrade, which is really nice. And we got Fatal Blizzard, which sounds like a pretty destructive spell. So yeah, you can see I stop moving and it just slides for a little bit. It's a bit... I don't know how easy it is to tell from the end of people who are just watching it, but the controls just feel a bit strange. So there's some interesting stuff going on in this glacier. There's a bit of a slippy slide. And what have we got here? We have a penguin. We have a penguin with a sword, and we have a rocky turtle. Penguin is water type, so we're going to use these elemental advantages that we really make the effort to use. But it's, but we might as well while we're here. And we've got this turtle. It's a ground type. For the record, the one in our party who can counter this is Albert, but it doesn't really matter because we can all kill this turtle together. You can see it doesn't take a lot of damage from physical attacks. Mary is pretty weak physically, but even with a perfect Demon's Dance, it's still that's still like a third of what would usually be done. But that is fine with me. Essentially what this means is it's a good chance to train our additions on it. And the chance to train our additions is always welcome. Look at this. Look at the perfection with which I suddenly started managing to do demon dances properly. Oh, fire type on the water type Mary, but that's okay. She's strong against magic in any case. Because basically, it's just always nice. It's always nice to be able to train additions. Like I think at some point in the last disc there was this little sea creature had a shell. It had this physical defensive wall that made physical attacks do 0 damage, and I trained up on it for ages. Just whenever it put up that physical wall, I was just like, yeah, keep doing it so that I could train my additions, because additions level up separately from anything else in this game. What I'm going to live dangerously and get rid of the Depetrifier, the Mind Purifier, and the Body Purifiers. The Depetrifier, I'm actually... maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of it, to be honest. Because it's... oh, and the Stunning Hammer. Because petrification is the worst status ailment in the game. Like, you can't switch out of it by switching it to a Dragoon because you're petrified. Right up to the Tower of Flanville, up to the snowfield. Warning, slide. So yeah, you can see there's going to be sliding slides around this place. It's going to be fun times for everyone. I certainly enjoy slides. And oh, we're back to our old friends Icicle Man and Barnacle Boy. Which, look at this spider. Like, what happened in this spider's life to make it this way? These are the important mysteries of life. Oh, and I started messing up Demon's Dance. I jinxed myself because I was like, oh, I've suddenly gotten Demon's Dance right. Then I just used a counter when there was no counter there, and it messed up my Demon's Dance. So that's a lesson to you. Never say things like, oh, I've got this addition down now. It's fine. The jinx is finally over, because that's exactly what starts all the trouble. Oh, all right. So yeah, it's these enemies are okay. We're still a little bit over level, I suspect, because we cleared out that Divine Dragon fairly easily. Like, that was a lot easier than I remember it being, and I suspect it's because we are well prepared. So we probably don't need to stay here and grind. Ooh, a heavy mace. This sounds like a weapon upgrade for someone. Probably, yeah, that's what I thought. So an upgrade from 25 to 30 weapon damage, which is a nice little boost for Meru, who doesn't deal that much damage. Like, you can see, like, because Dart. Oh, that's not the screen I meant to go to. So Dart, you can see his Moonstrike is already almost his most powerful, and it's, you know, it's only on the 2nd level, and that's at 240%. Demon's Dance is at 280% already. His most powerful Hex Hammer is at 200% now. This is at 350% and growing. She hasn't found anything, like, her largest attack is 180%. She just doesn't deal much damage, but don't you worry. Don't you worry about that, because once we get the final hold, according to my memory, the Tower of Flamville should be this way. So we're currently gated off from heading down there. But that's okay. There's some optional fights in this game. There's some optional areas that that lead you to extra boss fights and things, and it's worth doing. Some of them give advantages to. Some of them just give you cool loot, and some of them tell you a bit more about the past of this, the past of this game, the sort of backstory. So we're going to try and do the optional bosses that we can do. Alright, now that we've fought some enemies a bunch of times, let's move on to find humans. Hello, humans. Customers, there's really customers here, I can't believe it. I'm sorry, I forgot about you. I sell weapons and I sell items and we're peddlers. So yeah, you always get this, don't you, in RPGs, where you get these, like, merchants in the most unlikely of places in the middle of glaciers, and you're like, why would you possibly be here? Who would possibly be here apart from us? And the answer is no one, so they're always very happy to see us. But this guy has some weapons, and that's worth. So this looks like an upgrade. It's also it's also what we already have. This battle axe is an upgrade. So this is an upgrade for Rose. This arrow is an upgrade from Miranda, not that we ever use her. And let's see, this Saint armor is a nice upgrade for both Dart and Albert. It gets a bit trickier with these guys' armor. Oh, physical and magical defensive power. So this is basically an upgrade to the Night Shield, which or which slightly it raises things by like 40, where the old rings raise things by like 10. So you know, it's just an upgrade all around. I don't tend to use it because I tend to use these like bandit rings and things that increase speed, because that's what I tend to prefer speed over power. Primero and Tercero are somewhere around. Drop in on them. I will definitely drop in. That sounds like something that I will certainly do in the next exciting episode of The Legend of Dragoon. I was going to end here, but look at I'm just gonna do this fight off screen. I'll see you next episode. That's rude.